My final video walkthrough we're gonna do today through my garden before the big event, Tamiami Orchid Festival, happening this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow because I'm a vendor and I want to be there on time to have enough time to enjoy the company of a good friends. So are you ready for Tamiami? Because I am. Look what I've done. We just went a little bit crazy with my hairstylist and we decided to be really prepared for the big event of the year, Tamiami Orchid Show. So let's go see what's in the garden. Well, let's start over here. Quite a few people asked me for the name of these big guys, and as you can see, the spike is much taller now. Probably need to put something there to make it all stable. Come on, camera. Trichocentrum splendidum. Okay, for those who ask, that's what is it gonna be. And for God's sake, at this point my beautiful rats didn't have any interest, and at this guy I lost the tag. I know I had it, so we'll have to wait and see. Also doing pretty well. And then there's a bee right here, which is a great news. So what's happening? Ow! My head, my beautiful Tamiami initialed head. So what's the kryptonite is kryptoniting away. Very happy. Basically everything in this greenhouse been kind of on its own because I had to do so many things with my pottery. I work day and night. This guy I've been blooming previously. You can see the old thing there still for a very long time. I honestly have a big problem with this. It says it's a fail, but it's not. This thing blooms nonstop. Really like this little guy. It's nice burgundy and yellow, and it lasted like 3 or 4 months. So yeah, the update on my wonderful ratatouille friends is there is 2 of them. There's this beautiful phalaenopsis open. I don't have ID on it, but it's very pretty girly. Oy. Not much here. My 3rd place winner lost 1 flower, but there's one more, but I think it's not gonna open. You know, when you move them, they tell you all the bad stuff. Ooh, look who is open. My late bloomer, Salajni. Smells crazy. Ugh, I don't like that smell. It's basically smells like the, what are they called? Citronella. Candles or lights, whatever, that oil, so that to scare away the mosquitoes. My Gigantea, the peach one, is starting to open. It's really taking its time. The other one on the bottom is also taking its time. This one is called, this is Coltana. And some kind of chorkaloid number 2. What a beautiful name. It's almost like Kardashians named their babies. West, North, and whatever. Oh, the Saint, that poor other child is growing with the name Saint, probably. No pressure. So, what's going on here? All those sheets that we talked about. There's lots of action here. Here's one getting ready, so I'm sure when I come back there will be lots of open. At this point I don't think there's much like movement. The sheets, that's the sheet, one of them. Still working on it. I don't want to disturb them too much. my big Kong is thinking. This thing is coming out. And that one is this. UF number 1. You go. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. My UF number 1. Okay, and so here, there's actually, what I have here is one of the ghost orchids. It is kinda, yeah, meh. They're not showy, but there's one good one in there. So I think there is hope. We'll see what happens with my ghost orchid. And let's go and see what else is there. Not much, as you can see. Everything is green, getting ready, but not really what's in here. My Mimi Palmer with the 4 flowers that survived the thrips attack. It's a beautiful, beautiful vanda, and it's fragrant. It's really high though. I'm too short for this kind of stuff. And I think, why don't we go and take a look at my pottery? The pottery that I am going to take to Tamiami. So if you're heading there, you have an idea of what to expect at my booth. I just want to check. Yeah, here's the grandiflorum. I believe I'm gonna get the flower finally. Well, not that it's been that long. I have this one for like a year. I don't know though if that will be a flower or that's another leaf. I believe it's gonna be a flower. I really hope so. And the beautiful neighbors saying hello to my dogs. This thing is really looking weird this time, this year. This is one of the, ow, mosquitoes are bad. And Greg comes, says pedale and south. Looks Italian to me, sounds. Yeah, and my little Rene Marquis opened up. Look how cute. I love Rene Marquis. It's so happy. Look at these colors. It's actually a bag baby, so from last year. It grew like double. And as you can see, neglect works fine for for this orchid. So I think more or less, let's see. This is my taco planter, what we call. We were thinking what to name it. So the orchid is in there. And this one is attached with the zip tie. And it's been doing pretty well. It's one little cattleya from Smith. So I think that will be it here. Oh, the birds are singing, so sweet. There's one, a spike, but not yet bloom. This is my big gigantea from Sarasota show. Oh, there's a spike on the vanda right there. And mosquitoes today are just insane. So before I went anywhere else, I decided to check my sleeping area that do not water plants. And as you can see, the snowbilly is waking up. What's going on with that light, the sun? As you can see right there's that little bud that will be a flower. Oh, that's a better example right here, you see. So they normally recommend to start watering them somewhere in March. There's one more. Ooh, this one is nice and fat. So we can, oh my god, my little doggies. Hey, there, at its best, Charles and Bruce. Hey, look here, monkeys, look at you, you're so dirty. Brucey, look at your face. Isn't he handsome? Look at this bad boy. Yes, you're handsome too. You cannot just love one. You gotta love both, right? Sting, curse. Yeah, go break something else. They're boys, total boys. So this is some other. Don't see nothing much happening here. This one is also still asleep, but looking good, looking happy. Not much here. So here's something. Yep, a little bit happening on this one. I want to see. This is Nobile Cuxanianum. I really would love to see something on these guys. These are so pretty. I got it from Gemini, from Milana, I'm sorry. President's wife got in the way. Okay, good luck to us. So, these guys are just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There's a Kiki there. I don't know if it's alive or not, but has one. And I think that's it for now. There's our mount. Nothing happening there yet. So, where's my mafia? Let's go. We're gonna go and see. Let's talk about my pottery. Here is one of my pots that just came out of the kiln. I am really, truly, truly in love with this marbling kind of technique of the white and dark red clay. It is dramatic. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, and I do have a very nice business page on Facebook, it's also called Just One More Orchid, you will know that I closed down my store for different reasons. Yeah, the different reasons. One reason, I didn't like the retail idea to sit on one spot, and second of all, financially it was not booming. So that's another similar technique, a little bit different texture pot for you. Also that dark chocolate with white clay, and the glaze on this one is really, really cool. So here's another kind of newer design of mine that could be hanged, or it could be put on a flat surface, a little like a basket. It says Just One More. It has my initials there, letter R, and also this marble clay technique with just some touch-up glaze in these curves. So since I mentioned I moved my shop, so my shop is now right here in the garage before I come back from Tamiami and organize all of this. It's a mini mess in here. So these I want to show you. That's a terracotta clay, which is, you know, the usual terracotta clay that is used for the plants. That's the same, just a fancy way, fancy technique. These are my Florida pots. Sometimes people don't understand what I mean by that. If you look at that shape, that is the shape of state of Florida. Okay, so we call those Florida pots. Last year at Tamiami, I made the sign. That's one of my favorite stories that said Florida pot. And I had a very, very interested young man coming to me and asking me if I'm not kidding and I'm selling pot that was grown in Florida. Yeah, I had to disappoint him. So these are great for bare root. You can just zip tie whatever cattleya or something with the good roots to it without any medium, and it will be fine. The same thing. This one has bees on it versus the first one with turtles. and that's the larger version of it. As you can see, I make millions of holes for drainage, and it's kind of cool. So another item that you see in this wonderful bucket is my, what I call them, Vanda tubes, or apparently I was told they're great as a lantern. You can use them hanging, you can use them as a bottomless pot as well. If you, where my fingers are, just gonna attach something right there, I mean, you know, orchid, it could be Cattleya, Phalaenopsis, whatever your heart desire, with a good root system, it will just grow on it, and it's cool and it's different. Then I'll have a bunch of these totem slash not totem kind of hanging, different shape and stuff, mounts, basically, if you want this describe it with one word. There, I made some in the simple terracotta because there are some people that are big fans of terracotta. There's also my initial on it. On the inside, I always do add texture on the inside. You can actually mount something right on this side as well, and it will just grow and twist, and then you're gonna still have the pretty part open. And so right here are more the terracotta kind of little pots, big pots. Okay, just to show you the varieties. This one also a hanging basket. This one is on the smaller size. You can see my hand, but I have them on all kinds of different sizes. Area right here, I have a little bit of a storage. These are also the last batch I made, because you got to stick to the same clay body before you, if you switch the clay bodies, you need to clean the whole shop, everything, all the tables, all the cloths that you use. So this one is like a more, I call it masculine kind of. This one is cool because I have butterflies on it, but they're a little bit cut out, so the same times they work as holes. Let's go outside. The best way to show off glaze is sun. Sun works for the glaze. So this is the pot for you.
Hi.
Okay, so it has lots and lots of holes inside, and not much going on there on the bottom, and it's also this marble technique. Here is one more for you, out of those like a basket looking pots with lots of holes. So visit me at Tamiami this coming weekend at Miami-Dade Expo Fairgrounds, booth number 7, right next to the Crowsmith, if you want a big landmark. And stop to say hi. Always mention that you are my YouTube subscriber. I'll be very, very happy to meet you. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.